let out this scream. When I say ear-shatteringly loud and just like it, it just it was terrifying to hear.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Like it was just loud, and when I
See
say
what
the thing would run at you, I mean
they run at you?
there was nothing in the game that you could really do if you scared one of them, because they I guess had a stupid amount of health,
Uh huh.
and I guess like the only way to really kill them was to sneak up behind them with like a shotgun.
And what game was this?
I don't remember what game it was, which is really annoying, but it was what whatever it was. I knew it was a horror game because it was disgustingly, terrifyingly like dark, and you just had a flashlight,
Okay.
and in this middle, like the middle of this dark, like well, at least this clip was the middle of this dark room is this just, I guess in the game they were called like witches, just sitting there crying in the middle of this room. And I
Uh
guess
huh.
for the video's sake purpose, the dude decided to scare it. Not fun.
Uh huh.
Not fun for someone who absolutely hates horror games in like every way, shape, and form.
Uh huh.
I get terrified very easily.
Oh my
Oh, this
gosh,
is a
dude.
horror game.
What, this game?
Yeah.
It here's the thing. I got spoiled because I was honestly scared of this game because you're in a house, right? And you know it's not as scary as Ashton just said about the whole witches thing, but in a okay, okay, Ashton personally, what would you find more scary? Seeing what could scare
Hi,
you,
Mom. So I got my ticket home
or
from Europe. I get back
constantly
on June
having
6th,
to look over
but
your
it's a really late
shoulder for
flight because
what
that was the
might
cheapest, so
scare
it gets
you?
in at midnight. But don't worry, I'll get a shuttle from the airport so you don't have to
No,
pick me up.
it's
Like,
if you
really,
can
seriously, you
see
don't have to.
what's in front of you,
Okay, so
like
love you.
yeah,
See you
cool,
soon.
I can
Bye.
see it. I know I'm gonna get scared by this. It's there. If there is nothing, just no thank you. No,
Paranoia.
no, I'm good. Freaking delete the
My
game.
paranoia
Take my
doesn't
money
know
back.
what it
Like
is.
it's just no thank you, sir.
Well, this game called Gone Home. Sadly, I got spoiled by Thank You podcast, but the game started off pretty scary because again, freaking what's her name? Harry just saw the intro. The the girl calls her mom. The mom didn't pick up the phone, so she leaves a voicemail saying, "Hi, mom. I just got back. I'm in the airport. I got a shuttle. I'm going to the car. I'm gonna see you home." So now we are home, and in this game,
Why would you need to
it's
crouch?
it's a
Jesus.
it's a house that's in the middle of bum freaking nowhere, and it's storming outside. There's constant wind, as Harry can hear. There's wind right now in our ears, and it's raining, right? And you're in the side of a house by yourself in a first-person perspective, and you're constantly hearing the sounds of the storm. Again, you're inside of a house by yourself, and you're constantly hearing like the wood creak under your feet, and you're thinking, "Where are my folks? Why does everything look out of whack?"
It's
So
like everything looks normal, but it doesn't feel normal. I think.
exactly. So the game was scaring me because I was expecting like a jump scare, or I open a door and there's someone waiting for me inside, or something were to happen. And I know the game isn't scary because I know it's this point and click like story mystery thing, but the fact, like he just said, the paranoia plays with your mind, and it's telling you there's something scary when there's not anything scary to scare you.
Exactly. Did, if I went like the Forest is a game I never play alone.
Harry, do you,
I don't. I won't play the
you
game
don't?
alone. But no. But um, I went through, finished the game, to unlock like the creative mode.
Uh-huh.
In creative mode, no enemies spawn in the world, but it plays out normally.
Uh-huh.
You play the game normally, it's just when you get certain things like you have like an unlimited amount of like sticks and rocks and things like that. All of that stuff is like unlimited amounts. But if you want to build something with logs or something, you have to go farm all that and all that fun stuff. No enemies spawn in the world, and I would just always be constantly looking around. It's like the game itself is assuring me that nothing will spawn, but I'm still like looking around. Like I'm still just a little bit on edge. What if?
Uh-huh.
So it's in a way kind of like the same thing. It's like even though you know there's nothing there, you're still like paranoid about it.
Yeah. Do you see this, Harriet? Do you see this?
I don't want the flickering lights or no.
Yep.
Do you never
Uh-huh.
Do you never finish like saying like how that game ends?
What
Is
game?
there anything the game you're playing?
Dear Katie,
I
so
hold
much
on.
has changed, even just since you've been away. We moved into this house.
We're hearing the
I'm in a new school.
because I was
And my
playing the
big
game
sister
and I
being
never
gone
finished
for a
it.
year doesn't make
So
it any
I'm
easier.
replaying it because why not? Because
Doesn't
Harriet's
feel
here
real.
and Harriet's reaction are pretty funny
But
so
I'm
far.
not gonna let it phase me. I used to tell you everything, and if I can't do it in person, because you're off gallivanting around who knows where, I'll tell it to this journal. Just like I was talking to you. That's not a journal.
um, I don't want to say the like. Here's the thing. I don't know how it ends. All I know is that my fears were to not. You know, it was basically all in vain. So that's why it sucks because I was really like immersed in the game, and then to find out like what's the big deal, I was like, oh, then there's nothing for me to be scared about. It's just it's basically a big misunderstanding. Like they put you into this creepy house with flickering lights in the main hallway, just to tell you the most mundane thing when you finally find out what's been going on.
I'm gonna laugh when it's like, oh yeah, they went to dinner. They went to dinner and there's a squirrel on the power line.
Yeah, like right now, Harriet saw it. There was a note on the front door from the main character's sister telling her how it says here, "I'm sorry, I can't be there to see you." What was that?
It's just like, don't go trying to look for me.
Yeah, basically, because apparently, it's impossible. She says something about how the decision she made was something that so there's us, and then there's the sister. She's no longer with us.
We'll see each other again.
Yeah.
Something like that, as if like it'll be a long time.
Wait, so you start the game with her sister?
You start the game as the older sister, and there's a note on the door telling us that we'll see each other again someday. Don't be worried, I love you. And you don't snoop around in the house because she doesn't want anyone to know where she's at. What I don't want to
This is like a surprise birthday party, not birthday party, like coming home party.
Sam.
I would have found it more funny if Harry just got it spot on.
Sam.
Listen, his silence tells me you're correct.
What was that?
Where are you?
Hold on.
Really? I need to talk to you.
No one speaks.
You don't
He
listen
asks
either.
what was that, and just no one says anything.
Hi, Mom. So I got my ticket home from Europe. I get back on June 6th, but it's a really late flight because that was the cheapest, so it gets in at midnight. But don't worry, I'll get a shuttle from the airport so you don't have to pick me up. Like, really
So
seriously, you
if
don't
it's
have to.
like
Welcome
Okay,
home
so
party,
love
like
you.
a
See you
surprise
soon.
party.
Bye.
I'm gonna be so disappointed.
That's creepy. Like, I guess something happened to our girl Katie over where she was like having her vacation or whatever, because she was calling for Sam, which I guess is her sister, and she's going through a tough time because she was crying over the voice message. And what was that? What was that? Actually, what did you say to Harriet? Something. I was quiet.
Then I'm gonna
And
find it
then,
really friggin' funny if Harriet was spot on, and I
Oh,
and then
was like,
it'll be a surprise welcome home party.
and and what I said was, well, any silence seems to be a confirmation.
Mom, Daniel's a total weirdo. The only reason I ever hung out with him in the first place is that he had a Nintendo when we were little. Rip.
That's so mean.
Yeah. That's depressing.
Tom's a bitch.
You heard that, right?
I, I hope there was something coming before then.
You heard that,
So
right?
it's just heard what?
Like a door creaking, wood creaking and stuff.
Don't do that to me.
I'm not kidding you. That's why this game scared me, because you constantly heard like wood creak and stuff. A marker? What is that? A marker? Wait. Wait, what? Why would I?
Stab someone with the pencil.
I hate the thunder so much. Oh my gosh. Ashton, thunder legit just scared me and Harriet.
Thanks, Mother Nature.
You scared it. Stop it!
Sorry. I thought I heard you knock on the bathroom door.
That wasn't me. That's creepy.
Sorry. Sorry, I didn't scare you.
My sister comes in and I was like, "Don't do that!" And she was telling me about how she thought that she heard someone knocking on the bathroom door. I'm like, that wasn't me. I love how slow she moves in her own house.
I'd be running around if I were.
See? Why is that light flickering? Why? One with her new student. Okay, so
Oh
I-
my god.
over here.
You are so lucky you finished high school before we moved into this house. So, it's the first day of school, and there I am, introducing myself to the class. And I say that I just moved into the house on Arbor Hill. All of a sudden, every kid in the room turns and just stares like I suddenly transformed into a mutant.
Do you
I
know
just
anything
stood
about
there,
the
wishing
forest?
pretty hard for a rewind button.
All I know is that
Because
your
now
kid gets
maybe nobody
kidnapped
knows
by
my
people
name,
and they're
But they
tribesmen or
all know
whatever.
who I am. The Psycho House girl.
So you don't know anything about the
Great.
forest. Got it.
Period. I don't know anything about this story at all.
Tell me when you get it. We'll play it. Because I can take Harriet through at the same
Why?
time.
We're
Oh, you'll get to me running around doing
Well,
what I
see,
was
the
doing
difference
last
is,
time.
what I want to do with this one is, yeah, cool.
were
We're
we
gonna go
a
down,
military
We're
girl?
gonna get all the items,
Uh-huh.
but at the same time, we're not gonna go
Mr.
through and like try to build like these elaborate bases.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna get what we need. We're gonna go down in the caves and slowly let you two piece together the story.
Uh-huh.
Right.
But sorry to say for you, Harriet has to do all the cutscenes.
What do you mean all the cutscenes?
Why do I have to do all the cutscenes?
Because you do.
Why?
Because I want to see what you do when you see them. Listen, I've
Does that
never.
mean I'm on my own?
No. Well, we're all there at the same time. It's just only one person can do the actual cutscene. Everyone else just sees it.
Oh, God.
Or
Where did
cinematic
she
scene,
put
I should say.
the petit déjeuner in the middle of an English sentence?
Wait, what?
And if an English sentence, she just puts the French word for breakfast in there.
Oh yeah, eating like the petit yeah.
Who do you think you are? I dislike this girl more and more.
Rick the homie. Why is it dark?
Oh no, I don't like this. Oh no, it's one of them shady lights.
I mean, opening everything.
Also, because I got curious,
Uh-huh.
I now know the plot of the game.
Oh?
Yeah, I went and Googled it.
Wow.
I don't know how the game
A laser
ends or how the
disc.
game plays out, but I know the plot of the game.
Okay. A combination. Ah, it's just stupid. John Russell opened his eye.
Which I am not sharing any of.
Ripped the homie.
Figure it out on your own.
Oh, she can't grammar. Scanning up his bare shins, bare knees, we was completely naked. What is that? We was completely naked. He looked up and met the eyes of a gorgeous blonde woman wearing a tight polymer fiber tunic. Staring at the seams to contain her generous bosom. Was in place in
Then he
the
passed out.
Huh? Then he passed
I
out.
love the way it just ends. Yeah. Then he passed out.
Wow. John Russell had crossed the gap in time. Only messages has passed. Biofre. Instead of before, Biofre. But now, and man, they needed him now more than ever. Changing the past was no longer good enough. The instructions formed the council had been clear. Form the council instead of from. Wow. What to procure, what to construct from it. How to
Assemble.
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 So he made the machine how to transport him bodily across time, and now he stood there on the bridge of the starship. Archimedes, command of the vessel because command of the vessel because only he who had saved the predestined life twice before
I am the predestined.
could from the naive create their destiny, the fate of the galaxy. What?